Alright, I am tired. Started at 10 p.m. Fuck. Let's get going though.
Using the knowledge from our previous task, we can approach the first.
Hey, what's up, sexy bot? Damn, girl, you sound sexy as shit, girl. What's your name, sexy bot? Oh, Sari bot. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm tripping.
Critical. Acquire the basic skills to analyze a memory dump in a practical scenario. Easy. 60 minutes. Using the knowledge from our previous task, we can approach the first phase of our memory forensic task, memory acquisition, and determine the environment and tools we will use to analyze the memory dump. Imaging tools. There are several ways to acquire the memory from the target machine.
I'm tired, man.
Needed. Several tools can help us, but which one to use will depend on personal preference and the OS involved in the. Imaging task. Some of these tools are Windows FTK Imager, WinMem, Linux Line, Mac OS USXMem. In our scenario, FTK Imager was used to take the memory dump of the compromised machine, which was copied to the Linux machine to perform the analysis. Accessing the machine. Before moving forward, start the lab by clicking the Start Machine button. It will take around 2 minutes to load properly. The VM will be accessible on the right side of the split screen. In case the VM is not visible, use the blue Show Split View button at the top of the page. You can also connect directly to the machine using the following information via SSH.
That's so cute.
Username Analyst. Password Forensics. IP 10.10.146.230.
I'm trying to figure out what I was talking about. I'm tired.
A memory dump named memdump.me and will be present at the home address at /home/analyst to analyze the dump. We'll use volatility 3, a popular choice among
Okay, where's that
analysts.
mem dump at? Where the fuck? Where am I at? Home/analyst. Oh, well, that was easy to find.
To analyze the dump, we'll use volatility 3, a popular choice among analysts to inspect a memory during an incident. In this case, the tool has been installed, and an alias was created for simplicity. Entering the command vol will execute volatility 3 in the terminal. The H switch can display the help menu, as shown below.
Why I'm so OCD. Oh. I don't feel like I'm getting any bigger. Always sore, but never bigger. No, I'm always sore. It's not that.
As we can observe from the above output, volatility gives us several options to analyze the memory. We can list the plugins specific for each OS since, in our case, we are analyzing a memory dump from Windows. Let's list the Windows plugins executing volatility using the Windows keyword as an argument to search for Windows plugins with the help switch to list them, as shown below.
I didn't pay attention.
As we can observe from the above output, volatility gives us several options to analyze the memory. We can list the plugins specific for each OS since, in our case, we are analyzing a memory dump from Windows. Let's list the Windows plugins executing volatility using the Windows keyword as an argument to search for Windows plugins with the help switch to list them, as shown below.
Did I do that right? That's what I just did. Alright, I see it right there.
Plugins are extremely helpful during the analysis when using Volatility 3 since they will quickly parse a memory dump for specific data types and sort the data according to the selected plugin. You can find a summary of some of the most relevant plugins below. Windows.line lists process command line arguments. Windows.driver module determines if any loaded drivers were hidden by rootkit. Windows.filescan.
You know what? It'll show me how to do it in the next one. F mem dump mem.
Windows.driver module determines if any loaded drivers were hidden by rootkit. Windows.filescan scans for file objects present in a particular Windows memory image. Windows.
Oh look, yeah. True. There was one.
Gets its print the SIDS owning each process. Windows.handles lists process open handles. Windows.info show OS and kernel details of the memory sample being analyzed. Windows.netscan scans for network objects present.
The info does what? Shows OS and kernel details. Traverses. Who knows the info? Wait, it should be 183 now? Yeah. You know, I ain't seen this. I haven't seen any TryHackMe. Oh, damn. Look at that. like a legitimate email. Oh, that's a legit. I'm like, I don't know.
Obtaining information, getting information about the target is crucial to our investigation since it ensures we're analyzing the correct context and environment of the evidence. This step helps us understand specific architecture and operating systems, ensuring our finding, obtaining information, getting information about the target is crucial to our investigation since it ensures we're analyzing the correct context and environment of the evidence. This step helps us understand specific architecture and operating systems, ensuring our findings' accuracy, relevance, and legitimacy. We can get information about the target using the F switch to indicate the file to analyze, in this case, memdump.mem followed by the plugin windows.info used to get the general information, as in the example shown below.
Windows 10? Oh, yeah, Windows 10.
The output above shows relevant information to identify the machine we are working on, such as architecture, number of processors, and version. All this can help us correlate information and data with other analyses performed on separate hardware of the compromised machine or the network itself while still having proof this is the machine that was compromised. With this taken into consideration, navigate to the working directory in the VM and execute the command vol fmemdump.mem windows.info to answer the next questions.
Architecture. Uh. Where the fuck's the architecture at? Okay, yes. I know I've seen it somewhere. Oh, please don't make me type it. Let's see what bunch of zeros and X's. I'm tired.
Now that we have the information from the target we are working on, let's try to identify any suspicious activity in the memory dump. Suspicious activity refers to technical anomalies that may be present in a system, such as unexpected processes, unusual network connections, or registry modifications. These activities often signal potential security.
You know what I should do while I'm doing? I should do some updates while I'm doing this. Oh, I kind of like the dings. Get some updates going. The finals. I ain't even played that shit. Why do I have that installed? $3 gig game or update. Done. The Sims 4. When the fuck did I get The Sims 4? When the fuck did I ever get that game?
Starting the search, we can start by observing any potential network activity. We can use the plugin Windows.net stat to see if there's an interesting or unusual connection. At this stage, remote access connections or access to suspicious sites are something to look for. Let's navigate to the /home/analyst directory and execute the command vol fmemdump.mem windows.net stat.
A foreign address on a private IP address. That is kind of weird. .3389 is that RDP? 3389 port. That's RDP, I believe. Yeah, look at that. From SVC host. What is SVC host again? It's something Windows. I can't remember what it is. A host that manages Windows services.
From the output above, we can observe a connection established on port 3389 from the IP 192.168.182.139 with timestamp 2024-02-2422:47:52.00. This could indicate an attacker's initial access.
It could.
Now that we have information about the network, let's look at the processes. A volatility plugin we can use is Windows.streak, which will display a tree of the process running on the os.vol@memdump.mem Windows.streak.
I keep forgetting. What is PID and PPID? And not in Linux. It fucking is anything. The parent process. Okay, that's what I thought. The parent process. So the process ID is 636, but the parent process is 500. So when init, what is when init.exe? What is when init.exe again? I will never remember these. Installation operating systems during startups, and then services.exe. exe. I don't see, if I was looking at that, I would not see it. System, so handling startup operation. I would see that's normal. Oh, it's turning off. How is that? I don't know how that's even. All if I seen all that, that would look legitimate to me, to be honest. Maybe they'll explain it why.
As we can observe from the above output, the command provides us with information on processes hierarchically running on the system, indicating to us the process and their respective parent process. In this case, services.exe is the parent process of the host. .exe. But how can we identify a suspicious process? One of the most common ways is to check the name of the process. Threat actors commonly use names to try to disguise the execution. One of the ways to do this is to check that this process is not usually present. We can find a list of processes commonly used in Windows represented in the image below.
Sources, DLO host. What is a com? What is a com object? I don't blow my nose. Oh. interoperability. I don't know what she talking about. The host COM objects to handle tasks. By generating file thumbnails. Mimic this process the highest malicious activities. That's pretty dope.
How to identify a legitimate versus malicious toolhost.exe. One location. A legitimate toolhost.exe process will typically be located in the C:\Windows\system32 directory. 2. Resource usage. Excessive CPU or RAM usage by toolhost.exe could indicate a problem.
What's normal?
3. Software. If you recently installed a new...
Let's see what normal looks like. Damn it, there used to be a way to search, okay. Why is that running? Did it ever update?
Program, especially from an untrusted source, and then noticed a suspicious toolhost.exe process, it's wise to investigate further. 4. Scan with antivirus. If you're unsure, run a scan with a reputable...
Huh, okay. What was I doing? Just centering above and looking again at output. Why are these using these big words, man? Fine, truncated, shortened iteration.
This process does not look like it is part of the system, and observing in detail, it's the parent process of updater.exe, which is also not listed as a process part of the Windows OS. Great. We identify a possible malicious process and should note the information like timestamp, PID, PPID, and memory offset.
Critical update. That's the parent updater. Parent ID is 1648. Critical update in con host is 7960 from command line. I can see that. So from command.exe he initiated conhost.exe. Conhost.exe. Yep, so from command line you ran critical update and updater. Critical update ran updater. Use the plugin Windows on NetScan. Did I do that wrong? Alright, okay, how should I start? Or connection established on port 80. I wish you can grep this. How to grep the content of the command you just ran. Yeah, but it's what if I want to? How do I grep a command I ran? Like, what if I don't have a file? What if I didn't run a file? What if I ran a command and I want to grep the contents of the command I just ran? Let's try that. Grep vol-f windows dot net scan tilde dot bash. Oh, I'm tripping. Whatever. Port 80. Six, 8. 182, 128. I just did that. 7960, 7960. 1648, 1648. That's the child product. It's 1612. Oops. Ding. Nothing hella hard.
With the information we have collected, we can investigate the process critical_update that we identified in our previous task, which has a child process called updater. Let's investigate the child process more in depth. Let's start by looking at where on the disk it was saved. For that, we can use the plugin Windows.FileScan, which will allow us to examine the files accessed that are stored in the memory dump. This output is quite big, so to access the data in a better way, we will use the character in bash to redirect the output to a file, in this case, filescan_out.
Damn, I wasn't paying attention. Cat file scan out, grep updater. Is it done? I can give it a second to load, I guess. No, don't tell me you crashed. Let's see what it looks like without it. Jesus.
Above, we can observe that the files have been stored in the directory /users/documents/updater.exe or c:/users/users01/documents/updater.exe. If we want to have more detailed information like when the file was accessed or modified, we can use the plugin windows.ptscan.mft whose output is also quite
alternate data streams. MFT scan dot MFT scan. Oh, I'm tired, boy. It's already 11. That's the movement. I'm tired of shit. Let me finish this real quick. Let's finish this real quick. Oh, so that command. Every time I try to Google a command, never works. Is it done? Okay. Oh, what was I doing? I'm gonna T-scan, grep, updater. What is Emmett? What's alternate data stream again? Alternate data stream. What's a fucking data stream? What is a data stream? I always forget. Oh, okay. See, that helped me out. Alternate data associated with the file. Wow. So damn tired.
From the output above, we observe the last 4 timestamps correspond to the created, modified, updated, and accessed timestamps. We can take notes of those. Getting the goods. Let's get information on the process. There are several ways to examine memory, but we will continue using volatility. This time, we will dump the memory region corresponding to updater.exe and examine it.
Fuck, I'm tired, dude. I gotta get this done.
From the output above, we observe the last 4 timestamps correspond to the created, modified, updated, and accessed timestamps.
And how the fuck do I read this? In the last created, modified, updated, and accessed. See, they make it so hard to fucking read. You know, created, modified. Oh my god, why is that hurt my brain trying to read that? Like, it's right here is describing it. There's describing it again. Then it's like, fuck, man. That's why I like GUIs. So you can fucking read this shit and know what's the category and what's the actual details of the file.
Getting the goods. Let's get information on the process. There are several ways to examine memory, but we will continue using volatility. This time, we will dump the memory region corresponding to updater.exe and examine it. To accomplish the above, we'll use the plugin windows.memat. This time, we'll specify the output.
Fuck, man, I'm so tired.
Let's get information on the process. There are several ways to examine memory, but we will continue using volatility. This time, we will dump the memory region corresponding to updater.exe and examine it. To accomplish the above, we'll use the plugin windows.memat. This time, we'll specify the output dir with the O switch. In this case, we will use the same directory denoted by the character and the option dump followed by the option PID and the PID of the process, which in the case of updater.exe is vol.memdump.memo.
Oh fuck, man, I'm done with this. Not mem. The output dot. The dot says we're using the same category directory. I hope that's the right PID. I didn't even see if that's the right PID, which I hope it is.
When the command above is finished, we will have a file with an extension .dmp in our working directory. Examining the file is difficult since it contains non-printable characters, so we'll use the strings command to analyze the output better. Since we have the file strings available to us now, we could look for key patterns like HTTP or key or any pattern that can lead us quickly to an artifact. Another way to scroll the terminal is by using the strings command pipe to less to navigate through the output as shown in the command output below. Strings PID.1612.dmp less.
Is it done? Huh.
As we can observe, we immediately identified a possible key and a domain from a URL that the process may have accessed. Also, by scrolling down, we found more indications that this is a malicious process since we can find the important _document.pdf file name indicating an interaction with the file.
Oh. Where did I see that at? It's supposed to be less. That's a lot. How is that supposed to be less? Jesus Christ, it's a bunch of shit.
Great. We can infer that the process updater.exe accessed the document important _document.pdf and accessed a key at some point in the URL HTTP URL. If we use the command grep to look for the HTTP request that may be stored in memory, we can do it using B and A to look for 10 lines above and below our match to see if we can spot something else. Strings PID.1612.dmp grep B10A10 HTTP URL. Scrolling up, we
Okay, below and above. Below 10. Above 10. Oh, I gotta type that motherfucker.
From the above, we can observe at the end of the HTTP request the content of the file in key.txt, and on the same request, we can observe data with the value cafe_babe. This could be the key to encrypting the PDF used by the attacker that was not downloaded to disk.
Oh, I'm tired. Really full. What was the time zone from creating date? It's gotta be it. I'm tired. Server. Oh, fuck. I'm so fucking tired. I'm about to just Google this last question. Dude, I don't fucking know. I'm so tired right now. Just give me an answer now. Just goddamn. Oh, you motherfucker. Quit fucking with me. Just give me the goddamn answer and this fucking last one. I'm done. Okay. Now let's find that answer. Oh, it's right there. Oh, I'm done. Oh, I'm so done. Throw that bitch on LinkedIn real quick. Oh, last room. And then go to fish and the other shit. Oh, I'm so done. Jesus. Top 2%. Ooh, boy. That's dope. This is a challenge, secret recipe challenge. Alright, guys, I'm going to bed. I'm tired.